Good morning, children. Today I am going to start with a new chapter in zoology. Till our last class, I have discussed with you about botany, and today we are going to see about zoology, chapter 3, tissue level of organization. Okay. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about various types of animal tissues present in the human body and its types, functions, structures, all we are going to discuss, right? So, in multicellular organisms, cells do not operate independently. Instead, they form tight cell communities that live and work together. Individual body cells are specialized, with each type performing specific functions that helps to maintain homeostasis and benefits the body as a whole. Okay, actually, even we are a human being, our body is made up of many cells, and though it is made up of many cells, the individual cells cannot perform its function separately. Instead, they form tight cell communities that live and work together. That means the cells are unite together, form a tight junction, and all the cells form a community and work together. Individual body cells are specialized, with each type performing a specific functions that helps to maintain homeostasis and benefits the body as a whole. Okay, actually, individual body cells are specialized. What does mean by that? If we take a neuron, it's a nerve cell which is present in the yes, its individual body cells are specialized, isn't it? Which with each type performing specific function that help to maintain homeostasis and benefits the body as a whole, isn't it, ma? So what does mean for that? Actually, we are having different types of cells in our body. So for example, brain made up of nerve cells, muscles made up of muscular cells, liver made up of hepatic cells. Like that, each and every organisms are made up of different types of cells, and each type of cells take up its own function and perform it perfectly and maintain the homeostatic conditions of the body as a whole. Okay, so cell specialization is obvious. How the muscle cells looks and acts differ greatly from the skin cell, isn't it? When we have a look on both muscle cell and skin cell, both will not be same. It shows some difference between them, isn't it? So, and also it do some different function from each other also. Cell specialization allows the body to function in coordinated way. Actually, next tissue group of cells that are similar in structure and perform common or related functions are called tissues. Okay, this is what definition for tissues. Actually, you know very well, all living organism made up of cells. Cells together form tissues. Tissues together form organs. Organs together form organ system, and all the organ system together form a whole organisms. This is what a basic sequence in the formation of organism. So in that, if we see cells of similar in structure and perform a common or a related function are called tissues. Same way, tissues are organized in specific proportions and patterns to form organs like lungs, heart, stomach, kidney, ovaries, testes, etc. Hence the tissues are called the living fabrics. If two or more organs perform common physical and chemical functions, and they are called organ systems. Example, digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory, excretory system. If we take an example of digestive system, the organs present are mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum and anus. These are various types of different organisms organs, all the organs which are involved in a similar function like digestion. So all the organs together make a system called a digestive system. Same thing has taken place in the rest of the system, such as respiratory, circulatory, excretory system also. Most organs contain different types of tissue, and their arrangement determine the organ structure and functions. Okay, so most organs, so we know very well all the organs will not have similar types of tissues. Most of the organs possess different types of tissues, and their arrangement determine the organ structure and functions. The study of tissue is called actually histology, complements the study of gross anatomy. Together they provide the structural basis for understanding organ physiology. And let's enter into the animal tissues. Animal tissues are classified according to the size, shape and function of the cell. There are four primary tissue type that interview to form a fabric of the body. Our body is like a fabric. The whole fabric is interview with the four different types of tissues called epithelial tissue. This tissue form the covering of the body like skin, and connective tissue which support the body like for bone, cartilage, blood, all, and muscle tissues which are present on the bone under the skin which help for the movement, and nervous tissue which are present in the brain, spinal cord and the nerves help for the control and coordination of the body. These are the four various types of tissues present in our body which make the fabric of our body. We could see the flow chart for the type of tissues, children. See, classification of animal tissue. Animal tissue is divided into four different types: epithelial, connective, muscular and neural. And when we take epithelial, it is two types: simple, compound. In the simple we can see five different types: squamous, cuboidal, columnar, ciliated and pseudostratified. In compound there are two main types: stratified, transitional. In stratified there are two types: squamous, cuboidal and columnar. In squamous there are two types: keratinized and non-keratinized. Okay, this is the flow chart for the classification of animal tissue. You will get as a 3-mark question. Please bracket it, children. Let's enter into the epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue, it is a sheet of cells that cover the body surface. Either it cover the body surface, it is not either or this, it cover the body surface and also inner lining of the body cavity, and it occurs in the body as a covering, as a lining epithelium and glandular epithelium. The function of epithelium are two types. One is protection, absorption, filtration, excretion, secretion and sensory reception. Then based on the structural modification of the cell, epithelial tissue are two types. One is simple epithelium, another one is compound epithelium or stratified epithelium. Let's see with the simple epithelium. Simple epithelium is composed of a single layer of cells. Okay, simple epithelium is composed of a single layer of cells. They are found in the organs of absorption, secretion and filtration. And simple epithelial tissue is further classified into squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated and pseudostratified epithelium. Okay, simple epithelium, it is composed of only single layer of cells, and where this simple epithelium are present, which are present in the organs of absorption, secretion and filtration. Okay, these are the area where the simple epitheliums are present. And simple epithelium are further divided into 5 types. One is squamous, cuboidal, ciliated, pseudostratified and columnar. And first we will see squamous. Squamous epithelium, which is made up of a single thin layer of flattened cells with irregular boundaries. It is made up of single layer of cells only. They are found in the kidney glomeruli, air sacs of lungs, lining of heart, blood vessels and lymphatic vessels, and are involved in functions like forming of diffusion boundary and filtration in sites where protection is not important. Okay. And the next, cuboidal epithelium, it is also made up of single layer of cells only, and the cells in this is cube-like structure. These are commonly found in kidney tubules, ducts and secretory portions of small glands. Oh, sorry children. My God. Wait children, I'll come. Okay. And surface of the ori, its main function or secretion and absorption. The columnar epithelium is composed of a single layer of tall cells with round to oval nuclei at the base. It lines the digestive tract from the stomach to the rectum. The two modification of this lining are the presence of microvilli on the apical surface of the absorptive cell and goblet cells which secrete the productive lubricating function. Okay. Columnar epithelium, it is also made up of single layer of tall cells. It is like column. It is tall with round to oval nuclei at the base. It lines the digestive tract from stomach to the rectum. So this columnar epithelium lines the digestive tract from stomach to the rectum. So it is clearly understood it is not lining the esophagus and mouth. And the two modification of this lining are the presence of microvilli on the apical surface of the absorptive cell, goblet cell which secrete the productive lubricating mucus. Okay, so this columnar epithelium which lines the stomach to the rectum, and this lining from the stomach to rectum has two modification. One is microvilli, another one is goblet cells. Microvilli which are present on the apical surface which involved in the absorptive function. Goblet cells which involved in the secretory function to secrete a mucus for production from the HCl. Then function of this epithelium include absorption, secretion of mucus, enzymes and other substances. If the columnar cells bear cilia on their free surface, they are called ciliated epithelium. This ciliated type propels mucus by ciliary action and it lines the small bronchioles, fallopian tubes and uterus. Okay. If a columnar epithelium bears cilia on its surface, then it is said to be ciliated epithelium. Its function is to propel mucus by ciliary action. And where the ciliated epitheliums are present, small bronchioles, fallopian tubes and uterus. And non-ciliated types lines most of the digestive tract, gallbladder and secretory ducts of glands. And next one is pseudo-stratified epithelial cells or columnar but unequal in size. So actually this is a book back question. What is pseudo-stratified epithelium? Why it is called so? Okay. Pseudo-stratified epithelial cells are columnar. It is like columnar tall cells but unequal in size. The cells present in this layer is unequal in size. Although the epithelium is single layered, yet it appears to be multi-layered. Why? Because their nuclei lie at different levels in different cells. And hence it is also called a pseudo-stratified epithelium. Okay, why pseudo-stratified epithelium is a type of columnar epithelium. Why it called so and mention its function. Actually it is a book back question children. Actually this pseudo-stratified epithelium which are made up of single layer but the cells present in this layer are unequal in size. And another thing, why it look like stratified means what could I say, strata, அடுக்கு ஒன்று மேலே ஒன்று இருக்கிற மாதிரி it looks like many layer. That's what stratified. Pseudo means what? False. It is made up of only single layer only. Since the nucleus in these cells are not located in the same level, the nucleus in the cells are located at different levels in different cells. It looks like many strata in a single layer. Hence it is called what? Pseudo-stratified epithelium. And its functions are protection, secretion, absorption. Ciliated forms line the trachea and the upper respiratory tract. The non-ciliated forms line the epididymis, large duct of glands and the tracts of male urethra And some of the cuboidal or columnar cells get specialized for secretion. Okay, some of the cuboidal as well as columnar cells, they are get specialized for secretion and are called glandular epithelium. They are mainly of two types. What are they? Unicellular, consisting of isolated glandular cells, that is goblet cells of the alimentary canal, and multicellular, consisting of clusters of cells that is present in the salivary gland. So this glandular epithelium are two types. One is unicellular, another one is multicellular. Unicellular, consisting of isolated glandular cells, that is goblet cells of the alimentary canal, is an example for unicellular glandular epithelium. And multicellular, which are present in clusters, it is present in the salivary gland. So these are the two types of modified form of glandular epithelium of cuboidal and columnar. On the basis of the mode of pouring of their secretion, glands are divided into two categories. What are the two categories? One is exocrine gland, another one is endocrine gland. What is okay, based on the mode of pouring of their secretion. Actually, gland means what? Gland means secrete something. Okay, so we can classify this gland into two types. One is exocrine, in another one is endocrine. This classification is based on the mode of their pouring. Okay, in exocrine gland, they secrete their secretion and carry their secretion through a duct or pipe, and this is called what? Exocrine gland. But in case of endocrine gland, they secrete something. Say for example, endocrine glands secrete hormones. But these endocrine glands, they don't have any duct to carry their secretion to the target organs. In that situation, the endocrine glands pouring their secretion into the blood. Blood carry their secretion to the target organs. So like this, glands are called endocrine gland. The gland without duct are called endocrine. The gland with duct are called exocrine gland. That's it. Okay. This flow chart also, please you go through it, children. Through duct. In contrast, endocrine glands do not have duct. Their secretion, called hormones, are secreted directly into the fluid bathing the glands. Exocrine glands are classified as unicellular and multicellular. Multicellular glands are further classified based on the structure as simple and compound glands based on their secretory unit as tubular, alveolar and tubulo-alveolar. Based on the mode of secretion, exocrine glands are classified as merocrine, holocrine, apocrine. That's it. Then compound epithelium is made of more than one layer of cells and thus has a limited role in secretion and thus has and absorption. The compound epithelia may be stratified and transitional. So okay, so far we have seen about simple epithelium. Now we are entering into the compound epithelium. Simple epithelium made up of single layer of cells. Compound epithelium is made up of more than one layer of cells and thus has a limited role in the secretion and absorption. Compound epithelia are two types. One is stratified, another one is transitional. Their main function is to provide protection against chemical and mechanical stresses. They cover the dry surface of the skin, the moist surface of the buccal cavity, pharynx, inner lining of duct of salivary glands and of pancreatic duct. There are four types of compound epithelium, namely stratified squamous epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, columnar epithelium, transitional epithelium. These are the four types of compound epithelium. Stratified squamous epithelium are two types. One is keratinized type, which forms the dry epidermis of the skin, and the non-keratinized type form the moist lining of the esophagus, mouth, conjunctiva of the eyes and vagina. Stratified cuboidal epithelium mostly found in the duct of sweat gland and mammary glands. This stratified cuboidal epithelium mostly found in ducts of sweat glands and mammary glands. Stratified columnar epithelium has limited distribution in the body, found around the lumen of the pharynx, male urethra, and lining of some glandular duct. And transitional epithelium, it is another type of compound epithelium, is found in the lining the uterus, urinary bladder, and part of the urethra. This epithelium allows stretching and is productive in function. All cells of the epithelium are held together with little intercellular material. In most of the animal tissue, specialized junctions provide both structural and functional links between its individual cells. Okay, actually all the epithelial cells are held together with little intracellular material. Okay, that means in between the cells there is a, sorry, within the cell there is a little intercellular material is present. In most of the animal tissues, specialized junctions provide both structural and functional link between its individual cells. Between the individual cells there is a structural and functional link present. Three types of cell junction are found in the epithelium. How many types of junction are present in the epithelium? What are they? Okay, three types of junctions are found in the epithelial tissues. They are tight junction, adhering junction, and gap junction. What is tight junction? Help to stop substances from leaking across the tissues. This is called what? Tight junction. That is, the two cells are linked together tightly, so it prevent the leakage of things from the tissues. This is called what? Tight junction. Adhering junction, it's performing cementing to keep neighboring cells together. It helps to attach one cell with another cell. It acts as a cement. Okay, so it is called adhering cell. Next, gap junction facilitate the cells to communicate with each other by connecting the cytoplasm of adjoining cells for rapid transfer of ions, small molecules, and sometimes big molecules also. So through this gap junctions, the things are passed from one cell to another cells, and also it is act as a connecting of cytoplasm of adjoining cells. Okay, this is what about epithelial tissues and its various type, children. And today your question is explain the types of simple tissues with example function also. Okay, this is the only one question I will give as a homework, and in next class I will continue with connective tissue. Okay children, bye.